Everyone thinks that you need talent to start drawing, but honestly, you only need a pencil, 5 minutes of your time, and a mindset shift. I went to art school and I've been drawing my whole life, but I did start somewhere. So this video is the one I wish I existed when I was stuck overthinking my sketches. If you feel creative but unsure, like you've always wanted to draw but you don't know where to start, do not worry, you are not alone. I'm going to tell you the truth. Drawing isn't for artistic people. It's for anyone who wants to reconnect with their creativity, feel calm after a busy day, and finally start making art that they're proud of. If I were to start today for someone with a full schedule, urge to be creative, and a lot of curiosity, here's exactly what I do to learn, grow, and actually enjoy the process along. I would forget talent and actually build trust. Let's get this out of the way. You don't need talent to start. You need to allow yourself to make bad drawings. I would tell myself you're allowed to make hundreds of ugly sketches. Those 100 ugly sketches will be the price to eventually unlock the good ones. It's really important that you do this mindset shift that will kill your perfection and to invite yourself for exploration, because let's be honest, even ugly art is still art. I would make drawing easy to start. I'd leave my sketchbook on my desk, or I would take it with me on my commute. For example, when I go to uni, maybe you go to work, just take a little sketchbook with you. It's also important that we cannot forget the material to use, so you can take a pencil, a pen, just something that you can make art with. Then I would start with objects, not with ideas. Before inventing characters or whole scenes, I'd pick something very simple. For example, your mug from your coffee or matcha in the morning, maybe a candle on the table. It could even be your watch that you're wearing. A form that is not too complicated. And I would draw that thing very patiently. Really take your time. We are not in a hurry for this. I would also draw this very loose. And then I would not use an eraser, for example, when you're drawing with a pencil, or if you're drawing with a ballpoint or a fine liner, then of course you can't erase it. I would do this because this will allow yourself to make mistakes and to draw lines that maybe shouldn't be there. I don't want you to worry about these lines. Remember that we really want to kill our perfectionism. I would do this exercise for 3 days, let's say. You can also, of course, add a twist, and maybe each day you can try out a different material. It can be just fun to play around. Start, for example, with a pencil, then the second day you can make a ballpoint drawing, and maybe the third day we can go a little crazy, make a drawing with a marker. And why would we do this? Because it's fun, and maybe you will find your favorite material through this. So that's amazing, you got your first 3 drawings. Then I would use references without feeling guilty. I used to think, and you can maybe relate to this, that a lot of artists will make art from their imagination. Oftentimes they actually used a reference, or they felt inspired by something else. So if I would start my drawing journey today, I'd shamelessly copy art from artists that I admire. I'd look at the simple form, not to steal, but actually to learn, because all artists will use references. When I was in middle school, I remember that I was obsessed with Winx Club, and I would draw these characters from the series. And I remember in class, all the girls in my class wanted me to draw a character for them as well, because they saw that I had like on my cover a few of the characters drawn. By doing that, I actually learned to draw better. This goes to show that it's actually totally fine to copy drawings, because we all started somewhere. I want you to go on Pinterest and to find 2 illustrations that you love. So you can type in illustration, for example, a dog, illustration dog, and I want you to copy this. I want to challenge you a bit. Now we're going to find shapes in everything. Circles, triangles, boxes. For example, when we're drawing a dog, I do not focus on, okay, how does the fur look? No, I first draw the basic shapes. For example, it will be a type of sausage and some circles, and the paws also will be cylinder type shapes. So I want you to simplify the shapes, and after you have your simplified shape, then we can add in the details. After these exercises, you should have 5 drawings. You're doing so well. Don't learn to finish a drawing, finish it to learn drawing. Instead of waiting to be better at drawing, actually just pick one right now. So after we've done these 5 drawings, I want you to start your mini project. Starting a drawing is always easy, but actually finishing the drawing or the artwork, that's sometimes a real struggle. But remember that making art is not a race at all. And if you can't finish your artwork in one sitting, I have this also very often, you can just work on it the next day or in a few days. So if you're going going to start your little artwork, I would advise you to pick a pot and just one for now. In this day and age, the options can be so overwhelming. You have digital art, abstract art, you have illustration, manga, painting. There are so many options. I would choose one specific path and stay a bit on that path. Maybe you like sketching cities. That's great. Maybe you love illustrations of animals. That's amazing. Just go deep instead of going very wide. Otherwise, it can be super overwhelming sometimes. You can basically draw anything that you want. So it can be good to pick a style of drawing and stick to that for a while so that you can really master the skill. Just for a couple of weeks so that you can figure a bit out what you actually love. When I first started with hatching, I actually took a couple of weeks in art school that we had different exercises. Like it was not 1 week we were hatching, the other week we were doing something with watercoloring. No, it was like I think a month or something that we really focused on the hatching. I also have a video where I teach you how to hatch. So the one thing that I would do differently if I would actually start today is to not wait for the right time, to not wait for the right materials. I actually would act like drawing is already a part of me. So not something that I'm getting into, but something that I've returned to. So actually day one, the first day that you draw your drawing, you are already an artist. We both have this in us. Being an artist isn't about how good you are. It's whether you actually keep this habit and keep on doing it. If you're wondering where to start, this is your sign. Pick up your pencil, make something that maybe you're not the proudest of, you can laugh about it, and then just continue. In a year from now, you will actually be stunned by how far you've come. So start today.